Welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you the nail polishes that I have on my fall rack for 2022. Can you tell I'm excited? Because I am. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I hope you do if you like nail polish because I do a lot of that on here. So like I said before, I'm going to be sharing with you my fall rack today. What that means is I went through my big, huge nail polish collection, pulled polishes that I'm hoping to wear this season and get on my nails, and I do this for a few reasons. One reason is it helps me make sure I get around to the polishes that are untried for me. Maybe I bought last fall and was really excited to wear, but time just slipped away, and I'll make sure to wear them this season. Another reason is it cuts back on some of the stress. If you've got a big nail polish collection like me, trying to decide what to wear when you have hundreds and hundreds of polishes, but trying to decide what to wear can be super daunting, very stressful, too many choices. So having a fall rack of 50 polishes or fewer can make that decision a lot easier for me. So we're gonna be looking at the polishes that I did put on that fall rack. Today, I'm gonna be showing you the bottles and then also showing you what they look like swatched on a swatch wheel. I've got a gorgeous variety of colors. We're gonna be looking at them in rainbow order, lots of different finishes as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Fall is my favorite right now. Yeah, and I think most people too. It's my favorite season to wear polishes in. The colors are just so vampy and rich and saturated. I can't get enough, so I've been waiting for this for a little while. I actually started pulling my fall rack polishes back in June. So yeah, I am ready. And if you didn't know, this is a collaboration video, meaning there are lots of other YouTubers that are going to be sharing their fall racks as well. I will link down in the description box all of the other people participating in this collaboration. Be sure to check out their videos too. I can't wait to because it just gets me inspired. All right, we're gonna be looking at around 50 polishes today, which is a lot, but less than I usually pull for my seasonal rack, so go me. Let's go ahead and check them out. So the first polish on my rack comes from Believe Beauty. This is the Dollar General brand and it is called Duchess. This is from the Gel Effect line, and I think this line used to be $2.50. Maybe it has gone up since then, but this is just a beautiful, really vampy, deep red nail polish. It is a jelly finish, but it looks like it builds up to full opacity. And as you can see, I showed you the rubber bands. That's how I indicate for me what is untried, and that's sometimes some extra motivation to go ahead and wear it. So this is what 3 coats of that Believe Beauty Duchess looks like. I was so impressed with the formula, and I would say I've been really impressed overall with all of the formulas in the Gel Effect line from Believe Beauty. Super smooth, very easy to work with. Not a gel, don't get that confused, but really beautiful. Up next is one I've been wanting to wear for a long time. This one comes from Colorista Carol, and it's called Slappy's Tie. It is a really vampy linear holographic. It's super deep and dark, very saturated. The only thing holding me back from having worn this one so far is that I've heard it is a terrible stainer. But I did wear another polish from this release that had the same reputation earlier this summer, Cuckoo Clock of Doom, a gorgeous yellow, and I actually didn't get staining with that one because I loaded up on base coat, like 3 coats of base coat, so fingers crossed. Up next from Polished for Days, we have Scarlet Oak, another untried. It is a deep, dark, almost like burgundy base with so many flakies packed in there, pink, gold, green. This one leans slightly more pink in its undertones, but I think that is just perfect for fall in my opinion. I needed 3 coats to get this one fully opaque. Another untried I'd love to get on my nails this season is from Zoya. It's called Zoya Blaze. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's one of their scattered holographic polishes. It's coming off a little bit brighter on camera than it is in real life. In real life, it leans a little bit more pinky purpley red. Not so bright. A little bit more vampy, and yeah, I can't wait to get this on my nails because I love this finish. Here's what it looks like in 2 coats, and on the nail, I think I'd wear it in 3 just to get it a little bit deeper in color. Another untried from Moonshine Manny is Feelin' Cranberry Saucy. This one is a beautiful, oh gosh, how do I describe it? Mauvey red. I still would describe it as a red, but there's definitely a lot of berry in the base. It's got some iridescent flakies. And then maybe some black flakes as well. It's kind of light and definitely drew me in with the name because it does remind me of cranberry sauce, and I love cranberry sauce. Here's what that one looks like in 3 coats, and I'm tempted to put it on today. I want to save it for around Thanksgiving because of the name, but I don't think I'm going to be able to hold off that long. I think it's beautiful. Next we have another Zoya. This one is Pepper. It's an untried. It is just a really pretty brick red cream. On the nail, it looked a little bit deeper than I was expecting, but I absolutely love it. From BCB Lacquer, we have Grimm's Fairy Tales. This is maybe the only BCB lacquer I have. Maybe I have one more, I'm not sure. But it is a beautiful red base with shimmer that shifts gold to copper and then some scattered holographic throughout. This one I passed on when it released. I regretted it and found it in a D-stash and had to snatch it up. Our next polish comes from Polish, and it's called Jafar. It may look familiar because it's what I have on my nails right now, and yes, I am so in love with this shade. It's got so much shimmer packed in there that it almost looks metallic on the nails, and it's got like a dark orange base, but the shimmer shifts gold. At some lighting situations, it looks almost red. Really beautiful and super vampy. On the swatch wheel is 2 coats, but I ended up building it up in 3 on my nails, and you can see that made it look even more orange. Really beautiful. An untried from KB Shimmer. This one is called Slay Cozy, and it is a beautiful red leaning orange linear holographic. So flamey. Lots of holo flame there. This one had a perfect 2-coat formula. Beautiful coverage. KB Shimmer makes some incredible linear holographics. So if you like linear holographics, then you should definitely try them from KB Shimmer. Another one that I have on my fall rack is from by Danny Viana. This one's not an untried. It's called Hercules Huncules. And it is a burnt orange base with black flakes. Something about these black flakes. I know a lot of makers use them around this time of year, and that definitely makes me want to wear them around Halloween. This one I totally loved in the bottle, but when I swatched it, it showed up a lot darker. It dried down quite a bit darker on my nails than it did here and in the bottle. So I want to give it another try with a different top coat to see if maybe it'll be a little bit brighter this time. From Glam Polish, we have Aries, and it is such a unique, beautiful shade. This one I actually carried over from my summer rack because I just felt like it was a little bit more fall. It has a bright orange base with shimmer that shifts orange to gold to bright, beautiful green, and lots of holographic glitters. This one I actually wore earlier this week. Wow. I loved it. I think I wore it for 3 days and I got so many compliments. My kiddos at school were fans of this one for sure. From Enchanted Polish, we have Rainbow Lava. It is a deep orange, primary-ish, but a little bit deeper than primary, orange linear holographic. This one's an untried too, but it looks absolutely beautiful on the swatch wheel, perfectly opaque in 2 coats, and you can see it is a little bit more of an orange leaning polish than the KB Shimmer. The KB Shimmer looks red next to Enchanted Polish Rainbow Lava. From OPI, we have It's a Piazza Cake. This one is a beautiful burnt orange shade. It's an untried for me, surprisingly, but I'm gonna get around to it this year. I'm determined. It's a classic. I gotta wear it. Swatching it on the swatch wheel, I understand why it's so loved. The formula was so beautiful and completely opaque in just 2 coats. And the last kind of orangey shade I have on my rack is from Ethereal Lacquer. It's called Middengard Worm. This one has a reddish orange base, so probably we're going a little out of rainbow order here, but that's okay. With shimmer that kind of reminds me of UP. It's got a green shift, a blue shift, like some sibling UP vibes there, and it is so beautiful. Here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats, and you can see it's got a little bit of a brown lean to it, and that shimmer just adds a soft glow and shifts depending on the lighting situation. I only have a couple yellows on my rack this year, both from Cirque Colors actually. This one's a classic for me. It is Citrine. I've worn this every fall for the past few years, and it's kind of a tradition now. It is from that, is it Gemstones collection? Something like that. And I just love all the polishes in this finish. Gorgeous jelly base, packed with hollow glitter, beautifully pigmented, and reaches full opacity in 2 coats. Oh, no, 3 coats. So here's what those 3 coats look like on the nail. It's got a little bit of an orange lean to it, and that's what I love. Just very fall, hayride-y, festive. Yeah, you get it. And then an untried from Cirque that I'd love to get around to is Urbanized. I've heard so many people gush about this shade, and I love a good mustard. You can't really tell from my fall rack this year, but I do love a good mustard. I'm just not 100% sure how this one's gonna look on me, so I'm a little hesitant. It's got a gorgeous formula, but like I said, it just got quite a bit of brown, so I don't know that I'm gonna get a great pop from it. I don't know, we'll see. Moving on to my greens, I actually have a lot of those this season. I'm really excited to wear the greens this fall. This one is from Moonshine Manny, and it's called Build Me Up Buttercup. I totally blanked for a second. This is the Project Dupit polish for China Glaze Budding Romance, which I've never owned. This one just looked too unique and beautiful to pass up. It is a really ugly yellow leaning green. Here's what it looks like on the nail. Super grungy. I think I'm gonna have to wait until October to wear this one, but the formula was perfect on application, so can't wait to put it on. The next one comes from Stella Chroma. It is called Corporate Magazines Still Suck, and it is a really beautiful like olive green base, but it's a bright olive green with a gold shimmer. You can see the flash there, and metallic flakes that shift gold to copper, I think, and holographic too. This one will be a rewear for me, and I honestly can't wait to put it on again. I tried to mostly fill up my rack with polishes that were untried because I have plenty of those, but I couldn't resist adding a few favorites in there, and this one's definitely one of them. Another untried from Polished for Days. This one is called Shadow on the Moon, and it released in last year's Halloween collection. It is a brighter, like more limey green with black flecks. Again, we're gonna see that quite a bit on my rack, and some iridescent flakes. I wore Polished for Days Jack-o'-lantern last year and fell head over heels in love with it. So when they came out with this polish shortly after, I knew I had to have it. I can't wait to wear it. And from 9-0 Lacquer, we have Singer Auto Salvage with a very bad case of ugly bottle syndrome. I don't think I've ever seen a bottle of this polish that doesn't have ugly bottle syndrome, but thankfully it looks absolutely beautiful on the nail. It has an olive green base with lots of holographic glitter. This one was on my fall rack last year and I never got around to it, so this year I'm so wearing it. It's muted and dusty and perfect for late fall, I think. Another OPI, this one is rated PG. This one came out in the last few years. Yeah, rated PG, yes. Last few years. It's a brighter but still muted green. I think perfect for fall. Yeah, just a really unique shade, especially from OPI in my opinion. Here's what it looks like on the nail. This is one I could see myself putting on sometime this month. It really screams September, seems great for a transitional polish as we work our way into these more muted kind of olive shades later on in the season. Next, from Bee's Knees Lacquer, we have Man of Your Dreams, and this one is a really grayed out grungy green base with shimmer that shifts red to green. Another one that kind of reminds me of Unicorn Pigment, but that's not what this is. I've been waiting all season to wear this one. It came out, I don't know when, but I got it in a respawn and I have just been eyeing it since. It's the perfect kind of shade for fall. From Olive Ave Polish, we have Lantern. It is a dark green, and I've seen this one all over Instagram this season, I feel like, even though it released last year. Had to be last year, maybe the year before, but I think last year. You can see on the nail, this one dries down quite a bit deeper. Yeah, looks darker on the nail than it does in the bottle, but I think that makes me like it even more. This one's a good one transitioning, I think, from fall to winter. Up next is another Bee's Knees Lacquer shade. This one I actually wore a few days ago. Some of these you can tell I just couldn't resist. I couldn't wait to wear them. This one is the Ceremony of Judgment, and it is a dusty blue base with shimmer that shifts pink to gold to copper to green. This is a sibling shade to Heretic 2021, which was one of my favorite polishes last year. So when the sibling came out, I had to grab it. Because my nail wheel is white, I feel like here it looks a lot brighter than it actually is. On my nails, you'll see in my what I wore video, it comes off almost as a blue toned gray. It's really dusty and shocker, perfect for fall. How many times am I gonna say that? One polish I'm hoping to rewear this season is from KB Shimmer. It's called Washed Up, and it is a dusty muted denim blue with all sorts of micro glitter. We've got copper and different kinds of blue. This one I purchased and wore the season it released. It was a fall polish, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago, and I loved it. I haven't worn it since then, but I recently wore Closed Minded from KB Shimmer, which reminded me how much I love their micro glitter polishes, so I will be getting around to this one for sure. This completely blinding linear holographic comes from Stella Chroma, and it was actually their October 2021 mystery. You can see I haven't gotten around to wearing it 1 year later, but that is about to change because, oh my word, I love linear holographics and these more muted base colors. There's just something so interesting about them. This one had a wonderful formula. You're looking at it in 2 coats, and the holographic is very, very intense. Another one I wouldn't mind re-wearing comes from Starly, and it's called Empress. This released last year in kind of mid to late summer, and it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed putting it on, but when it released, it was still 90 degrees outside, and I just kind of wasn't feeling this kind of shade. But I would like to have it on my nails again now that the weather is a little bit cooler. This is what it looks like in 2 coats. Highly recommend Starly creams. They are very easy to work with. Up next from Swamp Gloss, we have Into the Swamplands, and this was a swatcher appreciation polish that the maker released last year and sent to swatchers, which I thought was such a cute, special way to say thank you because hello, of course we love nail polish, and what's better than getting a special nail polish made just for you? So it is in the classic Swamp Gloss Crelly finish. She makes some amazing Crellys. Gorgeous navy base, some bright blue hex glitters and micro glitters, and iridescent flakes. Very interesting polish. Here's what it looks like in 3 coats. Another one I just can't wait to get on my nails because it's so interesting, but I do like to save these darker blues for later in the season. 2 more blues. This one comes from Koki. It's an untried, and I've had it for I don't know how long. At least 4 years, and I still haven't worn it. It is called Inked, and it is appropriately named because it's a very inky navy blue. I think this one I have shied away from because it does not have the best formula. This is 2 coats, and you can see it's quite patchy, and then in 3 coats it gets so dark that it almost looks black. So I might try it in 2 coats with some kind of blurring base coat to see if that helps at all. Really pretty shade, but formula E. And then the last blue I have on my rack comes from Emily Damali. It's called One Look, and this one was a last minute addition. I saw it staring at me from across the room, and I was like, hello, why aren't you on my fall rack? It is a sparkly metallic blue that shifts to like it has a shimmer that shifts like cobalt to purple. Very beautiful, and I think rich and dark. Here's what it looks like in 2 coats. Yeah, Emily Damali makes some stunning polishes, and I couldn't have a season where I don't have some Emily Damali on my nail polish rack. Moving on to purples, kind of. This one is Don't Bossa Nova Me Around, another OPI classic shade that I just haven't gotten around to. It is a pinky purple, but very grayed out, very grayed out. Maybe even a taupe that leans a little warm. Yeah, I would say that. So here's what it looks like in 2 coats. It had a perfect formula. This one I'll probably get around to this month if I'm guessing correctly. Another one I'm really excited to rewear comes from Essie, and it is called Chinchilly. This is a classic, and it is a taupe shade, taupe cream. This one has a beautiful formula. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. It's not the prettiest color on me, but I wore it last year for winter, I think, and just absolutely adored it. From Polish, I have Streetwear Don't Care. This one I passed up when it originally released, and I'm very excited to finally have it. I bought it in a D-stash. Yeah, this one's beautiful. Grungy purple base, and then shimmer that shifts green to blue, and holographic flakes. I love that combination. Here's what it looks like in 2 coats, I believe, with a glossy top coat. All of these are with a glossy top coat. I just can't say no to a beautiful purple this time of year, so this one, can't wait to wear it. From Holo Taco, we have an impulse buy that I've yet to wear. This one is Rainbow Flood. And yeah, I don't know why I got this. Honestly, it is not a polish I'd usually go for, but I know that Holo Taco's linear finish polishes are so beautiful, and this was a limited edition shade, I think, so I wanted to get it, and so I did. When I got it in the mail, I did regret getting it a little bit, but seeing it on the swatch wheel, I'm happy to have it. I can honestly say I don't have any dark purple linear holographics. The shade, it's almost like got a lot of black in it, and I think that's what makes it so special. From ILNP, we have Black Orchid. This one will be a rewear for me. I love the shade, but it's been a few years since I've had it on my nails. It is a red leaning purple with linear holographic. I might have more linear holographic on my rack for fall than I did in the summertime, just because I love vampy shades with linear holo. I think it's such a fun finish. A shade I have from Color Club on my rack is called Twice Bitten, and it is a really pretty pink leaning purple cream. This one had a magnificent formula, fully opaque in 2 coats, and yeah, this one might be one that I wear for a pedicure, I'm thinking. Another Emily Damali that I had to get on my nails this season is a limited edition shade, LE 260. 260, yep. It's an untried. I bought it last year. I think it released last year. And it is a pinky purple base with tons of metallic shimmer that shifts gold to green to blue. This one was actually a little bit brighter than I was anticipating, so I might end up wearing it this month as well. But I think this is 2 coats. It will probably deepen up a little bit on that 3rd coat. Another 9-0 lacquer in this finish is November 2016. This one is a beautiful raspberry base with holographic glitter. This one also felt a little bit bright for what I typically go for in the fall. I mean, I look at this and it says November on the label, but my heart says this is a summer polish. But sometimes in the fall I want to wear something a little brighter, and this polish is going to fit the bill perfectly when that time comes. Another OPI I'd like to get on my nails is Aurora Berry Alice. This one is a beautiful purple leaning pink cream. I think when I originally pulled for my fall rack, it was about double this size, and part of that was because I had like 6 colors that were almost identical to this one, so I had to do some comparing and narrowing down, and this was my favorite of the bunch. I just love that purple undertone. From Essie and their Expressy line, we have Trend and Snap. This one is a warm leaning pink with a silver microfleck. This polish is a little bit warmer than the pinks I usually tend to go for, but I really, really like the silver fleck shimmer in there. I think it actually shows up on the nail kind of okay, which is wonderful always, and it had a really great dry time. From Indie Angel, we have Mocha. This brand I'm not sure is in business anymore, but this shade sure is beautiful. It is a coppery, pinky, peachy, it's hard to put your finger on it, brownie, holographic with some shimmer in there. That's tonal. So here's what it looks like built up in 2 coats. So beautiful. It's got like a coppery brown base, but because the shimmer in there shifts copper to red, it warms it up, and I felt like it kind of went with these pinks. So here it is. From Wildflower Lacquer, we have one that I'd love to rewear. This one is The Sky Has Finally Opened, one of my favorite songs, and it is a soft, cool toned brown with shimmer that shifts red to green to gold and holographic. When I wore this one last time, I absolutely loved it, and I wasn't even into brown polishes then. So now that I'm really feeling the browns this season, I think this one is just gonna set my heart on fire. I can't wait to put it on. From Bluebird Lacquer, we have It's Fall Coming Back to Me Now. This one is a brown base with shattered holographic and shimmer that shifts purple to pink to blue. It is so, so pretty. I wore this one this past weekend after sharing it in a recent Bluebird Lacquer live stream, and wow. 2 coats, full opacity. The shimmer is incredible. In some lighting it looks like a multi-chrome, and others you can see the brown base and just a flash of the shifting shimmer. So pretty. From ILNP, we have Misery, and this is how my bottle came. That made me sad, but luckily the polish wasn't harmed. It is a really pretty, like red, orange leaning copper micro flaky polish with holographic. This one, I think I'm showing it in 2 coats, but I'll probably wear it in 3. It looks really red next to the other shades, although this one's a red too, honestly. It looks really red next to the other browns, but next to the reds, it looked brown. It's one of those kinds of shades. Next up from Night Owl Lacquer, we have Blood of a Wendigo. This one is actually a red base, but on the swatch wheel, it's another one. Next to the reds, it looks brown. Next to the browns, it looks red. The flakes shift gold to green to copper. And then it's got, I think, some scattered hollow in there too. And it's a jelly. Here's what this one looks like in 3 coats. I purchased this because of Nurse Jackie. On her swatch photos, it looked like a red polish. But when I got it on the nail wheel, I was like, oh, it definitely looks brown, but I kind of love it. So that's 3 coats. Just a few more browns. Yep, I told you I'm really loving them this season. This one comes from Sally Hansen. It's part of their Miracle Gel line, and it is called Spice Age. This one is a metallic chocolatey brown. It's not super duper special, but also I don't really have much like this in my collection. I think my other metallic browns lean a little bit more red or a little orange, and this one is just pure chocolate. I think it's gonna be on my nails in November. Then from Moonshine Manny, this one is called Now Is Not the Time for Pettifogging. And this is inspired by Moira Rose. It came out in one of last year's fall releases. It is a brown with so much beautiful holographic glitter, iridescent flakies that shift all the fall colors. And here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats. These jelly polishes from Moonshine Manny never quite build up quite as dark as I think they're going to, but this one is still completely beautiful. Seeing it next to ILNP Misery, I'm realizing they're not too far off in base color. I'm not sure if you'd call this a brown or not, but it is from Wildflower Lacquer and it's called Lambent. It's another one of those colors that just has so many shades in it, it's hard to figure out where to put it. It is a brown base maybe with a really strong green lean to it, shimmer that shifts copper to red to gold, and lots of linear holographic. This released in last year's Tangled Tinsel mystery bags. So here's what Lambent looks like built up in 3 coats, and at certain angles it looks like an olive base, and others it looks like a brown. That hollow really sparkles against the darkness of the base, and the shimmer is beautiful. From Essie, we have an untried. This one is Leggy Legend, and I've been looking for this one for a little bit. It is an older Essie polish, but one that I just find myself drawn to every time I hear someone talk about it, every time I see it. It is a dark bronzy coppery shade. I always get those 2 colors mixed up. Why? I do not know. So here's what that one looks like on the nail wheel. This one had a beautiful formula, especially with the wider Essie brush. It was fully opaque for me in 2 coats. And Untried Zoya is Soleil. This one released in last year's fall collection, I want to say. And I thought when I bought this one first, I thought it was going to look somewhat like Leggy Legend, but you can see it looks a lot brighter and a little bit more pearly and less metallic, I think anyway. Much softer, much closer to my skin tone. So I was not super excited about this polish when it came in. It does seem to have a great formula, but it just, I guess it leans a little bit more pink, and so I'm hesitant to wear it, but I bought it, so I'm going to. A beautiful polish from Ethereal that I've got to wear ASAP is called Asphadel. It is a, oh gosh, like a taupey, light gray, scattered holographic. I see the shade and I instantly think like fall bride. I'm not getting married, I'm already married. But that's what I think of when I think of this shade. I don't have a fancy event to wear it to, so I'm just gonna wear it anytime I want, hopefully really soon. One I'd like to rewear from KB Shimmer. This is one of maybe my favorite KB Shimmer polishes. It's called Glazed and Confused, and it's supposed to look like glazed donuts. And I thought this was perfect for the glazed donut trend because I failed when I tried to recreate that, and I didn't really like that look anyway, but this is a glazed donut I can get behind. It is an off-white curly base with lots of super duper shifty flakes. Here's what it looks like on the nail. I just thought this finish was so soft and beautiful. I love, and I'm just in general loving like neutrals with a little something extra lately, and this one satisfies that craving so well. Another untried Stellachroma I'd like to get on is a mystery. This was the May 2022 mystery, but honestly, this is a shade I would wear any time of year. It's a white curly base with black flecks. This one definitely could be worn anytime, but those black flecks really gave me Halloween vibes, maybe cookies and cream. I don't know, but this one I really want to wear it. It's so cute. I've had this untried Watcha on a few racks in the past year and never gotten around to wearing it, so this is another one I need to wear it this season or I'm gonna have to destash it. It does not have a name. I got it in a destash and unfortunately I guess the label had fallen off or something, so if anyone knows the name of this mystery Watcha, let me know. But it is a white curly base with some purple and green flaky, so I thought that was very Halloween-y, and then also some purple micro glitter that is holographic. Here's what it looks like on the nail. Really beautiful, very soft base color. I'm not sure it's gonna reach full opacity at my nail length in 3 coats, so I might pair it with a blurring base coat. Another one that I thought would be perfect for Halloween or just October, because that's Halloween month, is the Spaceman 2.0 from Colorist to Carol. It's a white curly and it's got all sorts of purple and green glitters, and yeah, it's beautiful. This was a re-release of the original Spaceman that came out in Polish Pickup. So here's what it looks like in 2 coats. I just love the combination of the purple, the green. It's so playful, and the different shapes of the glitter. My next polish that I'm probably gonna put on today after Jafar is KB Shimmer Cats in Pajamas. This one has been on my mind, I'm not kidding, for a whole year. I've been wanting to wear it since last winter, and last winter I didn't wear it because I wanted to wear my untrieds, and then I wanted to wear it in spring and then in summer, but I love seasonal polishes and this one has to be worn for me in fall or winter. So as soon as I could, I put this on my rack and I'm gonna put it on today, I think. It's just a soft gray base with flakes that shift orange to pink. It's so simple, but so beautiful. And I think it speaks volumes of KB Shimmer that I have, I think, 3 I've counted so far. Tried polishes that I love so much, I want to wear them again. That's how much I enjoy KB Shimmer polishes. One I'd like to rewear from Swamp Gloss is a thermal polish. I haven't had any of those. It's called King Boo, and this came out a few years ago in Polished Gamer's box. It's got a dark grayish purple jelly base with loads of flakies that shift pink to purple to green, and then I think it has shimmer as well that's like a gold gold shimmer. This one is a dark gray when it's cold, like what you're seeing here, and then in warm it turns like a light gray. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats in its cold state, which really shows off all of those beautiful flakies. I remember loving this one when I wore it the first time. Let me see if I can get it warm. And here's what it looks like in its warm state. Oh, it kind of looks like the KB shimmer a little bit. That's fun. An untried ethereal is this one. It came out in the Witcher collection. It actually has a dark charcoal base that's quite sheer. I didn't realize that until swatching it on the wheel. And strong shimmer that shifts orange to green. This one was actually a mystery, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it. This is 3 coats, and you can see the nail wheel showing through. So I don't know that I'm gonna enjoy wearing this one without some kind of undie. I might try wearing it that way. Otherwise, I might destash it. Another bee's knees lacquer I have on my rack. I have so many bee's knees. I just think they make some incredible fall polishes, especially. But this one is called the Black Heretic, and it is a black base, appropriately named, with multi-chrome shimmer that shifts purple to copper to green to gold and holographic flecks, and it's a magnetic. Ooh. I've been getting more and more into black polishes lately, and there's no better time to wear them than around Halloween, especially a polish that has a black base and hollow flakes, and the magnetic line is going to be purple pink. I love it. One that I have swatched but I've not worn from Bluebird Lacquer is called Grave Danger, and it is a red, ooh, dog hair. It is a red to black multi-chrome. Look at that flash. You see that? That is why I want to wear this polish. And it has holographic, really fine holographic scattered flakes. This one had a beautiful formula. On camera, it's showing up black, but the flash that you saw in the bottle, you see it on the nails too. This one is gonna be an absolutely, for sure, October polish. Very Halloween to me, this red to black multi-chrome. I still love it. I still love it years later. Another rewear from Wildflower Lacquer is going to be The Internet Says You're Dead. This one is a beautiful, stunning black base with purple to red shifting shimmer and so much holographic pigment. It's just like Sparkle City. It's so beautiful. It's almost got so much hollow and shimmer that you can't even tell it's a black polish. So yeah, I'm gonna be wearing this one soon too. And then leaving my rainbow order that I worked so hard on for the last 2 polishes are 2 last minute additions to my rack. I realized I didn't have any Nailed It on my nail polish rack. I love Nailed It, and I've purchased so many polishes from them, a few of which are untried, so I had to add them. This first one I got in a D-stash, it's I Got Laid, and it is a purple that is a little bit darker than it's coming off on camera with very fall colored multi-chrome flakes. Here's what this one looks like in 3 coats, I believe. No top coat on that. I forgot to top coat these last 2 editions. But it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I was hoping it was going to build up just a little bit darker than this in 3 coats, but we'll have to wait to see it on my actual nails. I think it will be a little darker on me. And then the final polish on my rack comes from Nailed It, and it is called Arcane. It is a gray base with shimmer, super strong shimmer that shifts red to gold to copper to green. Did I mention that it has scattered holographic? Because it does, and it is so beautiful. This kind of grungy base with the bright shimmer, that is all the fall colors. I can't get enough of it. So those are all the polishes I pulled to hopefully wear this fall. I know it's a lot, but if you watch me regularly, you know it's not uncommon for me to get around to 20 polishes a month, 15 to 20. That's usually where I'm at. So if I really put my mind to it, I think I can wear most of these polishes. If you're curious to see what I do wear, make sure to check out my monthly What I Wore videos. There I share with you what I wore on my nails each month. Don't forget to check out the other videos in this collaboration. Those will be down in the description box for you. And I hope you enjoyed this season's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!